You see what I'm saying? At
Yeah,
the
it
top.
wasn't one of the allegations. That's why I was looking at the wrong thing.
Because the motion was filed way back then, I guess.
Right.
So that's why it hadn't been. Good morning. Are you Jeremiah Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Johnson was previously here in cause number 250330, entered a plea of guilty to aggravated robbery, and 250331 also pled guilty to aggravated robbery. Cause number 250408 and 0409 pled guilty to theft of a firearm. The agreement on these were for a 10-year deferred on those two aggravated robberies and a 2-year term probated for 5 years on the theft of firearm cases. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review these reports?
I haven't.
Or the report? Are there any additions or corrections?
None of them were, Judge. Optimistic.
So I don't know about all this. Not real sure I want to go along with this plea agreement. Mr. Johnson,
Yes, ma'am. I promise that I'll do right this time.
this time,
Yes, ma'am.
you have been in trouble for breaking into people's cars, stealing guns, shooting at people over and over and over again.
Yes, ma'am. God can show me that this is not nothing I want to do in life.
When did he show you that?
Being in jail, incarcerated.
You've been in jail before. You didn't find God when you were there before?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not making no excuses.
Here's the thing. I hope you have.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope that you have found him. The problem is you lose them when you get out of jail.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what a lot of people do, is when you're looking at time and you're incarcerated, you're like, oh, I don't want to do this. And then you get out and you go start doing the same thing because you think you're cool and you're going to go steal guns and you're going to shoot at people when they,
Beat up for my
you're
little
lucky
girl.
you're not here for murder.
Yes, ma'am. I gotta be here for my little girl. I can't mess up no more. I can't afford to.
You're how old?
28.
You're 28.
Yes, ma'am.
You're way older than old enough to know better.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, this is something I see a lot of times with these 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. Your child's 7 years old,
Yes, ma'am.
so it's not like you have a baby and all of a sudden you know you need to be there for her.
Yes, ma'am. I know. I made a few mistakes in my life, but I'm willing to try to.
That's an understatement, don't you think?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
I appreciate too that you're being honest with me today.
Yes, ma'am.
But I have to look out for the community as
Yes,
much
ma'am.
as, you know, I kind of have two things I've got to do here. Figure out what's best for you, but also what's best for our community.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I will say when I first met with him that, I mean, early on, he's just said, I'm tired of this life, you know, I don't know why I'm doing this and I need to get my stuff together. And
Yes.
do you have, I understand exactly what the court says. Everybody finds God and, I mean, Jesus in jail, you know, but sometimes I think there's some truth that when you're sitting there and it opens your eyes that, you know, you do realize that I'm getting too old for this. I'm just ready to settle down and do what's right. And he seemed to have that attitude when I first talked to him.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I mean, I just ask if you give me one chance, just one chance to prove myself.
So I want to make sure, and we're going to go over that. If you get this chance and you violate it,
Yes, ma'am.
you got the rest of your life that I can give you in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
And when I have to spend some time and it bothers me, a lot of times I don't remember. People say, oh yeah, you remember when you put me on probation? I don't. I'll probably remember you,
Yes, ma'am.
especially because you put things on your face so people can remember you by them. Probably not the smartest thing either, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Any reason not to go forward with sentencing, Mr. Smith? All right, so here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Johnson, because of my concerns.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to give you an opportunity, but I'm going to hopefully give you some tools to be successful.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to find in each of your cases that you enter your pleas of guilty freely and voluntarily,
Yes, ma'am.
and find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. In cause number 250330, defer all proceedings, place you on probation for a period of 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
You're ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. And I'm going to go through certain conditions in a few minutes. In cause number 250331, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement, defer all proceedings, place you on probation for 10 years. You will pay a $500 fine in that case as well and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. In cause number 250408, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of theft of a firearm. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 2 years in the state jail prison, but probate that, you'll be on probation for 5 years in that case. You're also ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Cause number 250409, also find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of theft of a firearm. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 2 years in the state jail prison, but probate that for 5 years. And you're ordered to pay a $500 fine in that case and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. One of the conditions of your probation in each of your cases is going to be that you enter and successfully complete.
This is where the court shifts from punishment to prevention. The ISF cognitive track isn't a slap on the wrist, it's a structured, lockdown program designed to break criminal thinking patterns. The judge is very clear here. This isn't freedom today. This is investment in whether this defendant ever sees freedom long term. Miss this opportunity, and the consequences get much heavier.
The cognitive track of the ISF program. That's a 90-day program, so you're not getting out today. But I'm doing this to continue you hopefully making the better decisions. This program is all about making better decisions. Staying away from the people that you need to stay away from. If you really want to change your life, you can. People do it. It's not easy sometimes, but you're going to be given the tools. And if you don't, then you're back here, okay? And so here's something that's very important though. You have a handful of write-ups in our jail.
Yes, ma'am.
I see those. I'm going to see if you have any more between now and when you go to ISF. It will be a violation of your probation if you have more incident reports in our jail or if you have any in ISF.
Okay.
So if you are disrespectful to those officers that are just out there doing their job, if you're fighting, if you don't button your jumper up because you're too cool to button your jumper.
This may be the most important explanation of the entire hearing. Deferred adjudication means no conviction yet, but it's conditional. One violation, and the court can sentence him anywhere from 5 years to life. Add to that a permanent firearm prohibition under Texas law, and the stakes couldn't be clearer. So here's the question for you watching. Did the court give mercy, or did it give one final warning?
Jumper up, just follow the rules. When you're out and you're not in custody, you can make whatever decisions you want. When you are in custody, you're going to follow those rules. If you don't, again, that's part of your probation now, is that you follow all of those rules and don't get in trouble. You could be back in here on a motion to revoke your probation before you ever hit the streets again.
Yes, ma'am.
So whatever's going on in the jail, you better go in and say, whoever else is messing around, get on your bunk, do what you're supposed to, get to ISF, get out, do what you say you're going to do, okay?
You said how long ISF?
It's a 90-day program, okay? So you've got two separate things going here. Now you've got the deferred probation on those aggravated robberies, which means at this time you don't have a conviction on those cases. That's a great thing for you. It also leaves it open though. If you violate any condition of your probation, you're back in here. I can convict you of those offenses and you could be sentenced to anywhere in the range of punishment, which is between 5 years and up to the rest of your life in prison, the whole range of punishment. Also, if you violate on those theft of a firearm cases, you've already agreed in those to the maximum punishment, which is 2 years in the state jail prison. So if you violate, you've already agreed to those 2 years. Do you understand? Okay, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived any right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgments entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Not just any charges, more felony charges. If you have any questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you can, or how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Parker. All right? Good luck. Take advantage of this opportunity.